Oh, can we talk about some sports?
Let's do it, man.
Buddy, did you see the George the Messiah, Brian Scalabrini drama, this whole thing?
I'm conflicted on this.
Okay, so I'll just walk you to anybody who doesn't know. George the Messiah is a New York streetball legend. He plays at a court on West 4th Street and 6th Ave called The Cage. Typical, everything you think a New York baller is, like the old man at the gym, he's that to a million.
Yeah.
Talks cash shit, fouls you like crazy. If you try to call a foul, he calls you soft. He's not standing for it, and he'll beat you. He's got like this like nice like a hook shot floater that goes in. And there's all kinds of videos of him beating people one-on-one. Then they asked him in an interview, you think you could take an NBA hooper? He said, yeah, bring him to West 4th University. It's different over here. He goes, I think I could beat Brian Scalabrini. And they're like, that guy's 6'9". He's like, nope.
White Mamba, the White Mamba.
Yeah, the White Mamba, I could beat him. And then Scalabrini's like, you know what? Sounds good. I'll be in New York this Saturday. Let's do it. So they have a game. Everybody's hype. And Brian Scalabrini, it's just one of the more satisfying videos to watch, to be honest with you, because we've all played that old guy at the rec that just fouls you and talks shit and is annoying. And Brian Scalabrini just bullies this guy. Why are you conflicted? I mean, he just bullies him.
So I'm conflicted because obviously I want to, side with the New York City streetball legend and shit talker. Okay. But there's also a part of me that just loves the fact that Scalabrini shows up anytime someone calls him out.
Yes.
He's like Beetlejuice.
He has the greatest quote. He says, I'm closer to LeBron James than you are to me.
And it's just like nobody will believe him, but he keeps on busting people's ass every single time.
There was a story in Boston where they were shitting on him that he's the lowest ranked player on NBA 2K or whatever. He called like a radio station. He's like, yo, anybody who thinks they can beat me that's not in the league, come to this rec center in Boston. And then he beats the shit out of all
every
of them.
single one.
That was fire.
I
like that energy.
That's fire.
Yeah. No, so I fuck with him for that. And there is a moment here where George is fouling the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he does some, old school move. Like he's got him in a post and he makes a move and he kind of tucks his elbow up and under and hits George in the chin with the elbow to create some space.
Yeah.
But he didn't back away from it. He was just like, listen, you wanted to play around with fire, you're going to get burned. And he started talking crazy shit.
Yeah.
George didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, so at one point, he says, he gets on the mic from the guy who's commentating. He's like, yo, he was fouling me the whole time, so I started fouling back. And then one guy goes, you're fouling him worse, though. And Brian just goes, oh, get off his nuts.
So you gotta realize, Scalabrini, it's not like he was raised in Nova Scotia. He's been hooping with the baddest motherfuckers on the planet his whole life. He knows how to talk shit. He's also a big dude.
Yeah.
He's skilled as fuck.
He could shoot. His whole thing in the league was just hitting open threes. So he can still stroke it. Oh, he says something at one point. One guy goes, hey, yo, he don't even clock it. He doesn't even care. He says something like, yo, you go hard or you go hard or something. The guy goes, hey, yo.
That's a
but
white
it's
mamba,
the most
bro.
New York shit ever.
But I think he blinks him. I think he
11-0. He beats
up.
his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he just bullies this kid, dominates. I think Joey pulled up some of the highlights. And then he takes off the hoodie at some point.
Straight at him.
Love that.
And he getting fouled.
Scalabrini's 46.
Yeah.
We like to believe like the last person on the bench of the NBA isn't a super alpha.
Yeah.
You have to be so alpha to even get into the league.
He was the best guy at his high school.
The best guy his entire life.
And the best guy at his college. And then made the league.
And he wasn't bad with the Spurs. He did his job. Like, if you get him open, he'll hit the three.
Yeah.
And that's not that easy to do. There's some high pressure moments. It was a championship team. They got to get a ring.
Yeah.
So, like, he hit big shots.
When you're at home and you're looking at that, it's like, oh, I can do that. I can just stand at the corner and wait for the ball. Like
he pulls the fuck up.
And Scalabrini kind of leaned into it in a way, like just by being like fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he would like do silly antics. He called himself the White Mamba. So I think he kind of likes, in a way, like people underestimate him.
People called him the White Mamba, I think, but he didn't mind it.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, but you can't. You know
I love it. But shout out George, man. I always see George over by West 4th. Shout out fucking George.
I've
Legend.
never seen him.
Yeah. Did you bet on the George Messiah Scalabrini game?
No, but if
What do we got for March Madness? You guys care at all?
You should care.
I don't give a fuck.
St. John's.
I know St. John's won the Big East. Like to me, all that proves is that if you get the big coach, you get the big money, and then you can get the good players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the coach of
To
St.
me,
John's?
all that proves is everything everybody's been saying for the last 30 years.
What do you mean for 30 years?
Everybody knows this. You get the best coach in college basketball, you have a chance.
Wait, why do you have a chance?
Coach K built up Duke from nothing. It wasn't like a stellar program before he got there.
Right, but do you listen to what I said?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you get the best coach, you get the most money, you get the best players.
But why do you think you get the best players?
Because you have the best coach.
No, because you pay the players.
Because the money goes in when you get the coach.
Yeah, but Coach K wasn't paying the players.
Yeah.
The example, do you remember the example you just used?
Okay,
When
fair.
you make an argument, do you think at all? Like,
fine.
what happens in your head when you say no?
John Calipari.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
good
Yes.
job.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes,
There you go.
yes.
There
You're
you
making
go.
my point.
Exactly.
So
The
you
point
agree?
that- yeah.
Okay, good.
That's what I was saying.
No, you didn't say it at all. You said the exact opposite thing.
No, but
With
this is not new
supreme
information.
confidence.
This is not new information.
You are George the Messiah.
Okay, fair enough. This is not new information. This is not new
And I'm
information.
Scalabrini right
This is
now.
not new information.
Hop off his nuts.
Just hop off his nuts, Akaash. Okay.
Who's St. John's coach?
It's not Pacino, but it is.
It's Patino, right?
It's Patino. Yeah. So Rick Pitino, who's like a legendary, college coach. I think he even tried to coach in the league once.
Yeah, Celtics.
Celtics
was not
was
good.
It wasn't good, but he's killed it with college. And so he's there. But in my whole life, I was like, oh, I guess these guys, and I don't want to take anything away from like Coach K, but like my whole life growing up, I was like, oh, I guess these guys just have this intangible skill. They understand 2-3 defense better than these other guys. And it's like Rick's got the connection. I don't want to shit on him, but he's probably got the connection to Nike, and all the players want a connection to Nike. So the guys that are getting scooped up early when they're in fucking middle school, Nike's, put them in the pocket. You can't pay them. Now you can pay them in NIL. But before, their team is being sponsored. You have connection to these people, and then you funnel them into this league, and they all go, or into this team. And they're also going at that time like, well, man, if I'm on this coach's team, I'll probably get more airtime, and that's going to give me a better chance of getting into the league, etc. So within 2 years, they win the Big East, and St. John's hadn't won a fucking game in the tournament since we were in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like who played for St. John's when we were in high school? Was it Artest? Didn't play at St. John's, did he?
Carmelo.
No.
Syracuse.
Oh yeah, I'm bugging.
Was it Artest? There was a team back in the day that was like good for a second. Oh no, Barkley. There was a kid named something Barkley.
I don't know that kid. I
Anyway.
remember St. Joe's had a little run, but St. John's, I remember being like, aren't y'all supposed to be good?
So back in the day, yeah, this is Mark Jackson, Chris Mullen, Jason Williams, the one that killed somebody. And then there was a Barkley that played there at one time. And then Meta, Sandiford Artest, 100%.
Wow.
Anyway, point being is and then I was looking at this in terms of a program. So if you're a university, you go, okay, how much does Patino want a year? He wants $5 million a year. Okay, how much do we make as a university if we make the NCAA tournament? We're selling out every single game during the year, and then we're getting a tournament. I'm sure you get a piece of that tournament budget. You go, well, fuck it. I'd rather pay the coach than pay these players. Like
You
one
make
stuff.
Final Four?
Yeah.
Out of here.
Crazy money. And this is within 2 seasons, right? I think Patino took over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
About?
Something like that.
I don't know, like it's a pretty fast turnaround.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like every small university, I'm going, hey, where's the biggest donor? And going, how do we get Calipari? How do we get what NBA coach is about to just, get fired because they're not good enough? Bring his ass in here. Let's make it happen.
How much do you even need the coach? Like, could Elon just be the coach of a college basketball team and get the money figured out and then just get the best
Like,
players?
here's the thing about the coach, and I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on coaches, but like, and maybe it's different at the college level, but like the last few
He's about to
coaches,
shit on coaches. Just
the last few coaches that won the NBA championship were all first year coaches.
Yeah, that guy with Toronto. Who won last year? The guy.
Maybe they brought
the guy with the
something
Lakers.
new.
It was his first year.
It's Kerr, I think his first year.
Kerr won it.
He
in
won.
his first year. Absolutely, he won in his first year.
So it's like,
maybe they brought something new, innovative to the game.
like,
No, just the fact that they were new. Like you're saying, like
Kerr, I
it
think,
doesn't
knew how
take
to
skill
maximize
set,
his
and
players.
I'm saying no. Maybe the fact that they brought a new, different way to play is the reason why they won.
Yeah,
Maybe you're right.
I think
Maybe
with
you're right.
Kerr more so, but like the Lakers guy, the first year they win in the COVID, it's like what you got LeBron.
Yeah.
He's your coach.
I think that's what happens. Like, and maybe in college is a little different, but then you could also argue like the delta between like an average good college player and an NBA level college player is way bigger than like a really good NBA player and then an average NBA player.
Yeah.
So like if you have a superstar in college, you're fucking
Yeah,
Yeah, you might be set.
exactly Melo.
Yeah.
Like dominating Syracuse, it was like he was unstoppable. The guy's like fucking 6'9", he could dribble, he could pull up from three. It was it's like he's playing with high school kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do we think for this year? Who do we think takes it? Like I don't even know.
I don't know anything about college basketball, but I'm gonna ride with St. John's. That'd be such a fun Like
for the city, it would be great because
Yeah.
we pretend like we support St. John's
Yeah.
when they're good.
Yeah.
Like the whole city gets involved. You see the St. John's jerseys pop
Yeah,
out. Like,
right.
we don't even know what borough that shit is in.
You need that energy back.
Yeah.
I'll take the other New York team. I'll take the Liberty.
Yeah, respect.
All right, so you got Liberty.
You got St. John's, you said?
I'm pulling
Okay.
for Florida, dude. Come on. They're ranked number 1 apparently, which I didn't even know that.
Really?
Yeah, UF.
Yeah, that's good.
Or I'm going for Drake. Got to support Drake. Drake is my guy. Drake can do no wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think I'm going, I can't go Duke.
Don't go Duke.
I'll go Duke for you so you can go St. John's.
Okay, fine. All right, I'll go St. John's. You go Duke. I mean, is Cooper injured? If he's injured, I
Yeah,
think
he
it
hurt his
changes.
ankle. I think it's uncertain if he's going to be. But if they can make it through the first weekend, he might be okay.
Now, here's the question. How often do you play in the tournament?
2 games each weekend, I think.
Oh,
2
so
rounds. So like the first round and then the second round, then Sweet 16 is a week later. Elite 8 is Monday, then a full week, then it's Final 4.
So in the beginning, you're playing more often, though.
No, it's just 2 games each weekend. 2 rounds each weekend.
How many times does one team play a week?
Twice if they keep winning.
That's a lot if you're coming off injury.
Yeah, I think he has to sit out the first weekend. I think if they can
that's
make
tough.
it through, because if they're a 1 seed, they're playing the lowest seed in the first round. You should be able to win without Cooper
Right.
playing. Second round, hopefully. And if you can get through that, then you might be okay for the Elite or the Sweet 16, and that's
Yeah.
where it's like, we need you.
It's crazy how unpredictable this shit is. Like
Yeah.
with the NBA, we know who's going to win at the beginning of the season, most likely, unless there's like a big injury or something like that. This tournament shit, it's like,
No lead is safe in college because they're not as good. They can't close it out. So it's 16-point lead in college doesn't mean anything. I mean, I guess it doesn't as much now in the pros because there's so many threes, but like no lead is safe ever.
Yeah, it's so sick.
You almost
Yeah.
know a comeback is happening.
I wonder if that's part of it. Like in the pros, they weren't shooting as many threes. There weren't as many players that could hit pro threes.
Oh, yeah.
So the leads were a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Whereas the college three has always been super close. So the guys who can't really shoot at NBA range could shoot pretty efficiently in college. And then you could evaporate a lead pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I wonder if obviously part of it is like the skill set. Like there's like singular, unbelievable talent.
Yeah.
But there's just more guys going to hit a college three.
Yeah.
So you could evaporate that league.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always attribute it to a college kid not being as able to withstand the momentum shifts.
So like they're emotionally caught
they're
up
a
in the
little younger.
game.
They're not as used to it. It's like
Also, you got to see every one of them fans. Like,
Yeah, dude.
when you're at home, they're in your physics class. Like if you miss that free throw, you got to look at that guy and you got to explain to you how gravity works.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what happened.
Listen, if you're betting, you know you're doing it with Stake. Okay, Stake's the leader in global betting and U.S. social casinos. Bet on top sports and political events and use the promo code Flagrant for your welcome bonus. Now let's get back to the show.